Hello everybody. Once again, welcome back to Project X, Project Experimental. Okay, so today we have for you 1984 Buick Regal T-Type package. This car is identical to the Buick Grand National package, except the Grand National package always comes in black and the T-Type comes in various colors. This car obviously is a T-Type package it's a black T-Type. These are actually identical to Buick Grand National or Buick Regal Grand National package. So the Grand National and the T-Type, later known as the Turbo T, are all packages which were offered by Buick up until 1987 when the whole platform changed to front-wheel drive and the 3.8 turbocharged engine actually detuned because it actually had too much torque for the front-wheel drive platforms that were offered after 87. These are actually very tunable cars, unique in their own way because of the boxy shape, and everybody knows Grand National. From the Grand National package, as a goodbye, Buick introduced a limited edition called the Grand National Experimental, or GNX, done collaborating with McLaren, and that the GNX was at the time the fastest accelerating car in America. General Motors had to present the car, the GNX, as slower than the Corvette because Corvette was the flagship of the brand. But the GNX was brutally fast. One of the only cars in the 80s as fast as a Countach in terms of, actually, yeah, fast as the Countach. The GNX, I believe the only car faster than the GNX was the Lamborghini Countach at the time, which was a phenomenal feat for the Buick platform that regarded as pensioners or retired brutal enough to take care of cars like Ferraris and Lamborghinis at the time. They come, the T-Type and Grand National package and the Type T package come with bulletproof 3.8 liter turbocharged engine. Initially this was just a turbocharged engine, and later they added an intercooler. I believe it was 86 they added an intercooler. Buick Grand National cars 87 onwards, they all had the intercooler. This is a very tunable car. Some of these cars properly set up could out of the box just by tuning it and adjusting at 12-second quarter miles at over 100 miles an hour. So this really was not your grandfather's Buick. These were sleeper cars, which was, of the sleeper. These were sleeper cars, especially the T-Types and the Type Ts, because they actually just look like regular Regal. Of course, Grand National, I think word got around that this was a V8 Slayer, so a lot of people were actually very skeptical and scared to run with Grand Nationals because you never tell how much power this thing was laying down. And even today, a lot of them run sub 10-second quarter miles. I know people talk about things like Hellcats and Demons. These cars destroy other muscle cars. Obviously, they're not so good in corner. Being G-bodies, they do the G-body shuffle, but they're very comfortable. I've owned a couple of Grand Nationals. I've owned another T-Type, and very comfortable, very quiet, soft ride, and very addictive. That's how I ended up getting another T-Type as a project, because I kept thinking about my Grand National, and the prices actually have gone up a lot. I just started with the T-Type. To me, it's not a collector car. It's a project car that I want to experiment with and pull apart, see how far I can take this project. And I didn't feel like paying top dollar for a mint condition or Grand National Type T. I acquired this Buick T-Type with a blown head gasket, so that shouldn't be too much of a complicated fix. So the dilemma I have is whether to put an LS or leave it V6. The LS is a beautiful engine as well. However, the V6 has capabilities of making so much power, has a unique sound to it. Looking at this project, it's a G body with very minimal rust issues, under 100,000 kilometers. And these are getting, as I said, these are getting really difficult to find. So would actually be a unique project. Turning it into a GNX clone. Those G bodies look really cool. They look really mean and menacing. And just turning it to a GNX clone would make it really such a cool project. And with an LS, since there's so much room up front, easy to put twin turbos without running into any space issues. This is something that I'm working on, and I will see to where the budget lies to be able to complete this car to something really interesting, something really fast. They are really interesting cars, yes. They are also really becoming rare, and everybody loves a G body, whether it's a Monte Carlo or a Oldsmobile or the Regals. At one point these were all over the place, but now it's actually getting more difficult to find cleaner versions of these cars, and the cleaner versions are starting to command a lot of money for, and be so, because people really do put huge motors in these things. I mean, it's one of the favorites for street racing, G bodies. A lot of parts for them, a lot of aftermarket parts, especially with these turbo V6s. There's a lot going on, a lot of forums and a lot of feedback. Own unique cars, legends in their own right. Bring what you brung. So we might be doing a conversion from, these are called hot air cars because they had no intercooler, and the turbo would just stuff the hot air straight into the engine. So we might do like a conversion to an intercooled with a bigger turbo. And I do believe the interior, I'm probably going to retro Grand National black and gray with the Turbo 6, your usual Grand National interiors, and the car is already black, so I know a lot of people would go crazy and say, how dare you try and convert a T-Type to make it to look like a Grand National. Look around. Prices for Grand Nationals and T-Types or Type Ts are kind of in the same range now. Unless it's a GNX, it's totally different. But if it's a T-Type, Type T, I think the price range is the same. It's the same car. Package is different, but same car. It depends what you want and what you want to do with the car. This is a black car anyway, so me just putting a Grand... Basically, it already looks like a Grand National. So I will probably be putting a Grand National interior, the black with the gray, with the V6 emblem. Exterior, as I said, I might be doing a GNX. Probably put some fender flares. Those look really cool on it, and the gills on the fenders, the Buick gills, which were actually on the GNX. Debadge the car, murder it, all black, and we'll put GNX wheels or something similar. I will lower it maybe 2 to 4 inches so it kind of sits on the ground. So it rides low, rides wide, or murdered. That would be a cool look for this car. Motor wise, as I said, maybe might keep it a V6 with an intercooler and a bigger turbo, or a turbo LS engine, whether it's a 5.3, 6 liter, whatever it is. Suspension wise, I'm not sure really what I'm going to be doing with it. Depending on how much the budget is, after body work, engine and transmission and interior, I want to see where that goes, and over time we'll look into it so it also handles as good as it looks. We'll keep updating to see what's going on with this Buick. Let's see what happens. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'll keep you updated as to what I'm doing with this project. Turbo Buicks or G-body Regals are, in my eyes, really cool looking cars. I know some might beg to differ, but I actually think they're really cool cars. Get excited when seeing one driving in the street. So thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll keep you posted, and please subscribe, press that like button so we can, and also give feedback so we can share ideas and see which direction we're going. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.